In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on November 19, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Kansas State versus West Virginia. The Kansas State Wildcats take on the West Virginia Mountaineers this Saturday afternoon. The all-time series between these two squads is tied 6-6. However, West Virginia has won 5 of the last 6 matchups. Kansas State is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games against a team with a losing record, and 1-3-1 against the spread in their last 5 games following a win, while the under is 15-5-1 in their last 21 games in November. West Virginia is 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games following an against the spread win, and 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 conference games, while the under is 10-2 in their last the 12th of November games. A Big 12 showdown gets underway on Saturday afternoon when the Kansas State Wildcats duel with the West Virginia Mountaineers. Kansas State quarterback Adrian Martinez is now out multiple weeks with a leg injury, but backup Will Howard has filled in nicely in the times that Martinez was already out this season. He played most of last week's game and finished with a solid stat line of 19 of 27 for 196 yards and 3 touchdowns to no interceptions. He won't be facing a very challenging defense in this one either, as the Mountaineers are allowing 268 yards per game through the air. They also have just 1 interception in their last 4 games, while allowing 31+ points in 5 of their last 6 contests. With the West Virginia defense being so bad, the offense has to be better, right? Technically yes, but not by much. They've amassed more than 23 points in just 2 of their last 6 games and have also been held to 209 yards or less passing in 3 of their last 4. The Wildcats' defense is fairly average for the year in terms of yardage, but they boast the nation's 12th best unit in terms of points allowed per game at 17.5. Kansas State is a rather impressive 8-2-1 against the spread in their last 11 games they entered as favorites like they do here, covering in just 2 of their previous 6 contests. This is just a tough matchup for West Virginia, even playing at home. Kansas State has been a solid team this season and should take care of business in this game comfortably. So the Kansas State Wildcats to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. West Virginia has been held below 23 points in 3 of their last 4 games and will be facing a Kansas State defense that shut out Oklahoma State on October 29th and allowed just 3 points to Baylor last week. On the other side, the Wildcats run the ball on more than 57% of their plays and will be facing a decent West Virginia rush defense. There have been less than 52 points scored in the last 9 head-to-head meetings between these teams, and I wouldn't bet on that trend to snap on Saturday. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Boston College versus Notre Dame. College football action on Saturday afternoon, and we will see the Atlantic Coast Conference take on a team from the independent ranks as the Boston College Eagles pay a visit to Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana to grapple with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The Eagles enter this game at just 3-7 on the season, while the Irish are at 7-3. The Eagles are 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 in November and 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 overall. Boston College is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 versus independents. Meanwhile, the Irish are 7-0 against the spread in their last 7 versus the Atlantic Coast Conference and 14-3-1 against the spread in the last 18 in November. Notre Dame is 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 on turf. Neither team has sparkled against the spread this season, with Boston College at 3-7 and Notre Dame 5-5. On the road, the Eagles are 1-4 against the spread, the same record that Notre Dame has at home. In looking at common opponents, BC got smoked by number 9 Clemson, 31-3, but Notre Dame just beat them by 3 touchdowns 2 weeks ago. The Eagles have that slight question mark at quarterback, but either way could be an issue. Playing in South Bend is a lot more daunting than in Raleigh, especially for a freshman quarterback. The Irish have covered big spreads in the last 3 games of this series, and I think they do it again here as they look to make some statements down the stretch. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Irish gave up 32 points last week to Navy, but BC just doesn't have that kind of offense in them. They can't run the ball at all, and that will force them to throw against one of the better secondary in the nation. It will not happen, and the Eagles will be hard-pressed to move the ball much at all. Notre Dame struggled to run the ball last week, but that will not be the case here, and all the running they will do will keep the clock moving. Notre Dame may put up 31 points in this one, but the Eagles will not be good for more than 7. Lastly, the under is 52 to 24-2 in Boston College's last 78 road games, and 8-2 in the last 10 games between these teams. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Ohio State versus Maryland. The Ohio State Buckeyes will be going for their 4th consecutive road win when they face the Maryland Terrapins on Saturday afternoon. The Buckeyes are coming off a 56-14 win over Indiana as 40-point favorites. The Terrapins are coming off a 30-0 loss to Penn State as 10.5-point underdogs. Ohio State is 7-0 in 7 games against Maryland. Ohio State is 5-2-1 against the spread in their last 8 games overall and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 road games, while the over is 5-0 in their last 5 games following an against the spread win. Maryland is 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games overall and 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 home games, while the under is 7-3 in their last 10 games in November. Maryland isn't going to be able to hang with this Ohio State team. They are too talented on both sides of the football. They put up huge numbers offensively each week, and Maryland does not have the defense to stop them or even slow them down. Ohio State puts up 501 yards per week, and Maryland allows 381. This is not a formula for a close game by any means. It doesn't matter that Maryland is at home when they will be trailing the entire game. Also, Ohio State has never lost to Maryland and blows them out nearly every time they play. Maryland's team often fights with one another when they get behind and begins pointing the blame finger. This will be another one of those games, so the Ohio State to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Buckeyes are averaging 47 points per game and 38 points per game on the road. They average 64 points per game in their last 3 games against the Terrapins. They run and throw the ball very well, and the Terrapins have had a hard time stopping both. Even though Maryland is giving up 25 points per game, the Buckeyes will score more than 30 points in this game. The Terrapins are averaging 28 points per game and 30 points per game at home. They average 27 points per game in their last 3 games against the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes and Terrapins played over the total in all 7 meetings. With Ohio State giving up 19 points per game on the road, the Terrapins will score enough points to push the score past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.